This is a prologue to a story that I have now been tasked to finish. I sent it to a friend of mine who is also a writer, and he goes, "This is great. Now I want to read the story." Oh, crud, I thought I wrote the story. So this is a prologue to a story that maybe next year will have a completion. I called it Before the Bend in the River. In the gray hue of the moonlight, the group moved quietly. The youngest ones pretended the river they followed was a great fjord that led to the palace. They whispered to one another excitedly exactly what they would find when they arrived. A twisted staircase that leads to doors painted with all the colors of the sunset. Behind those doors, they imagined, were the most magnificent rooms, each far grander than the last. In one, a tropical waterfall would cascade over your bed. Another was filled with wolves made of stone and a small pillow upon which gently laid a used helmet. The youngest ones imagined the warrior for whom that helmet was created. He was a giant so powerful that each step was marked with a crater in the land. Or he was so gentle that was said when a kitten lost its whisker, it would cause him to weep. Perhaps he was so incredibly strong that an icicle thrown by his hand would travel to the next season and become the spring rain. As the youngest whispered and tumbled over one another's words, the eldest ones listened and chortled at their cleverness. They had their own thoughts of what lay ahead before the bend in the river, a shelter with a spire and a roof open to the heavens, a quiet place of serenity and safety, so they could finally rest. The eldest ones could remember the time before the marvelous tiger they loved grew old, when he lived among them and kept them safe with his powerful manner and entertained him with his cat-like antics. Now his aged eyes were glossed over by cataracts, and everything he saw appeared as a dodecahedron. He became so frustrated that he could not count the number of sides. His bellowing and roar was more than they could even take. Even the quiet lapping of the river could not calm him. To be continued.